Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 with the Rude Man. In the last tutorial I showed you how to make changes to a truck and a trailer. Today I'm going to show you how to make changes to a combine. Now what are some of the changes you might want to make on a combine? Well, let's take a look. First of all, you might want to change the size of the bin. And if we look at this combine, we'll go in here and take a look at this combine. This is a mod that I've used for quite some time. If you look at this, the amount it holds is only 19,000. So I'm not going to show you how to change the price. I already showed you that in the last video. I'm going to show you how to make specific changes to the combine. So we want to change probably the amount that it holds. The other thing we might want to change is the amount or the speed of the product that comes out of the spout when we bring our truck along. This one is kind of set slow. And we might want to change the speed that it goes forward and backwards, but we definitely might want to change the speed that it actually harvests. So first of all, let's put this pipe away and let's just see what this combine will do. Now I've dumbed this combine down a little bit so I can show you how to change it. But as you notice, we're only doing about 19 miles an hour. Now, I didn't change the reverse speed, which is actually pretty good on this combine, and I should have. I left it at 12, but we're going to change it to 15 just so I can show you how to do it. So we're going to make it back up a little bit faster. Now what I want to do is show you how fast it combines. So as you can see, we're harvesting about 9 miles an hour. With a combine, the speed that it harvests is set by the header, not the combine. So to change the speed on harvesting, we need to change the speed on the header. So let's go onto my desktop and I'll show you how to do this. So welcome back to my desktop, and as usual I'm going to work on the desktop, and I already have a demo folder set up here. So let's open it up. There's our combine in it. You notice it's in a zipped form, and as the last episode we're going to unzip that, and I use a program called 7-Zip. So let's go there and we're going to extract it to this file. Okay, so there is our unzipped mod. We're going to open that up. Okay, so in looking at what makes up this mod, you'll see that there's quite a bit in this one. We're going to disregard everything except for the XMLs. Now we have a few of them here. We're not going to mess with the mod description. We are going to mess with the rest of them. You have a combine. You have 3 headers. You've got the 45-foot header, which is up here. You got the 40-foot header, which is right here. Combine is here. And your corn header is here. That's what we're going to make changes on. So let's start with the combine. We're going to right-click that, and we're going to open it with Notepad++, or, as I showed you last week, you can open it with just the regular Notepad. But I'm going to use this one because it's a lot nicer. So if you look at this mod on the inside, it looks just like the other one. It's full of code. Remember, again, don't mess with anything that you don't know what it does. But we're looking for something very specific. If you look at the top part here, though, before we go on, you'll notice that you can change all those things that I taught you how to do in the last tutorial about the price and the daily upkeep. All of that is right here. All those things that we changed on that truck, you can also change on the combine. But we're looking, again, for something specific. The first thing we're looking for is the forward speed. How fast is this thing going to go? And that's right here in the motor configuration. Okay, so if you go to this line right here, the motor, it gives you all the torques that you have, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for this max forward speed right here. Okay, so it's set in kilometers. So 32 is about 19 or 20 miles an hour. We want to change that. Let's make it 30. So 30 would be 48 kilometers per hour. So let's change that to 48. Okay, now we did talk about the backward speed also. If you notice, it's set at 20. That's about 12 miles per hour. And that's where that was set. So let's set that at 15. 15 miles per hour. Now 15 miles per hour is going to be 24 kilometers, but I'm going to change it to 25. The next thing we want to change is how much does this thing hold in grain? We're going to beef that up. Before I do though, let me just show you one thing right here in the fuel capacity. Sometimes these things have a small fuel tank, and sometimes they use an enormous amount of fuel. This right here is where you can change that. You can change the size of the fuel tank and the fuel usage up or down. I just want to show you that. I'm going to leave it alone because I think it's fine on that combine as it is. But let's go down and see what else we can find down here. Okay, so we're looking for to increase the speed that it empties into the truck. Right here, you're going to see overloading. Now, again, you guys know what overloading is because I used to use overloaders all the time in putting grain into an overloader. This is what that means. So if you notice, the capacity is 3,000. So if we want to make that a little faster, we can just beef that up. Let's make it, well, let's make it 45. So we're going to speed that up a little bit. Okay, now next, the other thing is the actual amount that the bin holds. Let's see if we can find that. All right, now here we are right here. And again, just like in last week's when I did the one for the trailer, we're looking for fill units. Right there's your fill units. We're going to go over here, and in this case, it's not called bulk. It's called combine, because this isn't a trailer that holds many different things. So, but what we're interested in is right here, the capacity. And if you see, this thing only holds 19,000. I want to beef that up to 30. So now it's 30,000. Those are the only changes that I want to make right now. Well, those are the only ones I'm going to make in this tutorial. So we have 4 things. We go over them again. We have the forward speed, the backward speed, the amount that the combine is going to put in the trailer, not the amount, but the speed, and the amount that the combine will hold. Those are the changes we've made. If we go up here and we save that, there you go. That's been saved. Those changes have been saved. If we go in here now, the combine is now done with the changes that we wanted. But what was the other change we wanted to do? We wanted to make it actually harvest faster. That has to do with the headers, not the combine. So we have 3 headers, so we need to make 3 changes. Let's start up here with this cutter up here. I think this is the 45 footer, but let's take a look. Again, I'm going to open that with Notepad++. And again, you've got the same things we had last week where you can change the prices right here in the top. And let's look for what it is that we want to do, though. So we want to make this thing cut faster. Okay, so if we look right here at the top, we're looking at the speed limit right there. Now the speed limit is set at 15. So remember, that's 15 kilometers. 15 kilometers is only 9 miles an hour. Let's make that thing cut at, say, how about we make it cut at 12 miles an hour? Let's go to 15. That way we can really tell whether it worked. Okay, 15 miles an hour is 24. I'm going to make it 25. So if we just change this right there, now it's 25 right there. That's the change we made. And that's all we need to do. Now let's save it. And again, that was the 45-foot trailer or header right here, 45 foot. Let's close this. We're going to go to our next header down here, which is the 40-foot header right here. We're going to open it with Notepad++. Going to look in the same area right here. And we see that it also is 15. Let's change that to 25. We're going to save it. And we're going to get out. That was the 40-foot. Let's go over to the next one right here, which is the corn header. All right, we're going to open it up again with Notepad++. We're going to look in the same area, the speed limit right here, and we're going to change that from 15 to 25. Okay, and then we're going to save, and we're going to get out. Now all we have left to do is to re-zip this and put that mod into our folder. So let me highlight all of this. We're going to right-click any one of these, and we're going to say zip to add to an archive. It's already got the name of the combine right there, and it's in zip form. We're going to say OK. Okay, that made a new zip file for us. We're going to take that. I'm going to cut it out of here. You can either cut it or copy it. It's up to you. I don't like to leave it in there. Doesn't need to be in there. And if I choose to make other changes later on, that's just going to get in the way. So I'm going to cut it out. And I'm going to put it on my desktop. There's our new mod. All I have to do now is take that and drop it into our folder. And we're ready to go. Let's go. I'm going to do that. But let's go into the game and we'll see what kind of changes we've made. Okay, so we're back on the farm. Let's see what kind of changes we've made to this. First of all, let's see how fast it goes now. All right, as you see, it's going almost 30 miles an hour, 29 miles an hour. Okay, and backwards, instead of 12, it's doing 15. So those changes worked. Let's go into the store and see if our changes in the bin size took effect. Let's go right here. Whoops, I don't want to buy it. Let's just look at it, and you'll notice that the bin size is now 30,000. So that change worked. Now the only thing we need to test now is how much this thing, or how fast this thing harvests and how fast it unloads. So let's run it in here and see what happens. All right, as you see, we are now harvesting at 15 miles an hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this thing harvest, and we'll get a full tank, and I'll show you how it empties. Okay, so I'm back, and it looks like my worker is almost done with this field. Now remember, this is sunflower seeds, so we're not going to get a big yield, but I think we should get enough in that bin to show how fast it unloads. It's not going to be like it's a full bin, but we'll get something out of it. Let me go get that combine. Let's throw the pipe out, and as you notice, we've only got 23% in here. But believe me, before it was very slow. So let's just see how fast this thing unloads. And I have no doubt that it is faster because all the other changes we made work. Look how fast that is. It just dumped that in there lickety-split. So there you go. That's how you change a few things on your combines. In the next episode, I'm going to work on a seeder, and I'm going to show you how to tell the seeder what kind of fruit that you can seed with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful for you, and I'll see you on the farm in the next episode. Happy farming.